Hi. Hang on, come on horsey, where are you going to go? Go this way. Hi, I'm on the back of a horse in Mongolia, and it's spring. It's mid-April, and funnily enough, I have spent the last 6 months here in Mongolia. I've transitioned through one of the world's most brutal winters. So let me take you on a 6-month journey through Mongolia. G'day, Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia. It's the second day of autumn, so we've just finished summer and you've got that little chill in the air, which hints to you that there's a winter coming. Now, why would I be so worried about that? Well, it is officially the world's coldest capital city, which has the highest divergence between highs and low temperatures, going more or less from positive 30 to minus 40, and we're heading towards minus 40, not the positive 30, so I'm starting to worry. When I first came here 5 years ago, there wasn't much development around. It was starting to get some sort of direct foreign investment. Now this place has boomed. This quarter, year on year, it's got a GDP growth rate of, wait for it, 20%. That is nearly 3 times the rate of China. But boy, do they have a lot of work to do on basic infrastructure like footpaths and roads. They've now just recently brought in a restriction on which cars can drive into the city on any given day based on its number plate, because the traffic in this city is insane and it's congesting the roads and pushing its infrastructure well beyond what it can do. Why? Because there's a lot of this going on. A lot of building, a lot of development, be it a roller coaster or a building or anything in between. 20% year on year GDP growth rate says a lot of opportunity, but a lot of challenge. The challenges can be seen everywhere, from footpaths that are partly built. And you can see everywhere there are cranes, new buildings going up there, behind this fence, over there. It's like a mini Dubai was sort of a decade ago, with a whole bunch of cranes everywhere and no real sense of overarching synergy and whole. And it has the same sort of challenges as Dubai in how does it manage it, except there's a fundamental underlying capacity of this economy, that is natural resources. It's Sunday. I'm in Sukbaya Square, which is the main square of Ulaanbaatar, and behind me is the Parliament building and the grand statue of Chinggis Khan. Can't understand Mongolia unless you understand the impact of Chinggis Khan on its culture. And yes, Mongolia had, at the time, history's largest empire. Now, it was huge, but it didn't last that long actually, only a couple of generations. But Chinggis Khan is the central character in Mongolia's history and culture. They have got a lot of pride in what they do, because they said if this bloke once ruled the world, well, we're not such a small little country of 3 million people squished between China and Russia. This is the site of where Chinggis Khan fought his first battle at the age of 17 years old. Apparently he was riding along, his wife was kidnapped and stolen. He found a horsewhip which was supposed to be lucky, and this is where he fought his first battle, hence why Chinggis has his statue here. And if this guy is one half of the cultural understanding you need in Mongolia, the other half is to understand they don't want to be Chinese, they don't want to be Russian, they call themselves European, regardless of what it says on the map. You know, and I understand this country's fear of China and Russia. I mean, if you were a country of 3 million people, you had China on one side, Russia on the other, wouldn't you be really fearful that one of them, or both of them, will tiddly-bop across your border and take all your assets? And the fact that we've found a whole bunch more of natural resources kind of increases rather than decreases that worry. Anyway, good morning. Yes, I'm rugged up. No, it's not winter. But you got the condensation on the breath just a little bit because it's only autumn. Only 13 days into autumn. So we're a long way from being cold. And from what everyone tells me is you need to layer up over a period of time, so don't go too warm too fast. So this jacket and scarf is the autumn jacket and scarf. And as we get closer to winter, you'll see a big fur hat come, and you'll see much bigger jackets and knee-length, fully lined fur interior boots. I never thought I'd wear knee-high boots, but I will be later on when it gets cold enough. And you'll see. You might now start to wonder, what is it that I actually do other than sit on aeroplanes? Well, it is about rebalancing a company's footprint, like Rio Tinto's, to ensure that we have not only a positive impact on the community, we actually bring the world out of poverty better than organisations like UNDP do. That's the whole point of shifting from the UN to the private sector, is to prove you can actually do that and be more profitable at the same time, which is critically important. So how do we do that? What exactly do we do? South Gobi Desert, coming up to sunset, and we are here, a whole bunch of local politicians planning how this desert is going to become Mongolia's third largest and most livable city. I'm walking through the concentrator plant here at the Oyu Tolgoi mine. This is about to be commissioned. It's going to start in the next couple of weeks. Right now, it's quiet. This is the concentrator pond where the copper is separated from the other bits of the ore, moving up towards the crusher plant where the rocks get turned into fine dust. The way copper is extracted from the ore is you take a big rock, you crush it into something a basketball size, you then run it through a pebble mill and build it, crush it to about that size, and then you crush those pebbles down into a powder. You put the powder into a liquid which has chemicals and separators in it, and in this liquid you bubble up air, and what bubbles up connecting to the air is about 30% copper that's then skimmed off the top. That's called copper concentrate. That then goes into a smelter, which is then turned into copper. What we're doing here is turning ore into the copper concentrate and then selling the copper concentrate to the Chinese. Morning. I'm here in Erdenet. Erdenet is a copper mining town in the north of Mongolia. It's a copper mine built by the Soviets in the middle of last century. So we're here to have a bit of a comparison and a look around. What you're seeing here is flotation tanks in a concentrator at the Erdenet mine, which is 50% Russian owned, 50% Mongolian owned. It's been operating since 1978 in the northern part of Mongolia. Just by having a look around behind, you can see level of cleanliness and safety is not quite Rio standard, but it's not Rio. Nice, bright, sunny Erdenet. northern Mongolia. It's where the Russians built a copper mine in 1978. We've come up here to learn from this town for what we can do in the town down in Oyu-Tolgoi. Right, it's Saturday. Steve Jobs tells me it's a nice mild -5 degrees Celsius. Nice blue sky. It's gently snowing, so we're going to go paintballing. Let me tell you something amazing about the human body and about acclimatisation. According to Steve Jobs here, it's -16 degrees Celsius. Now, as an Australian, if I'd have walked out in -16 degrees Celsius a little while ago, I would have squealed like a small child. But here I am, no hats, no gloves, and it's -16. Human body's an amazing thing. As the coal smoke from the power station down in Dalingsagad slowly wafts its way over the city, we're welcome to Dalingsagad, the capital of the South Gobi province, to this beautiful heat of about -5 or -10 or something. Break out the t-shirts, I say. How we handle this warmth, I don't know. Dalingsagad Airport. Seriously, here in Dalingsagad, it feels warm. It's a full 20 degrees Celsius warmer. An hour's flight from where we took off. We took off in Ulaanbaatar in a typical winter -33, the cold that brings pain. And we land here at -13, 20 degrees Celsius warmer, and it feels 20 degrees Celsius warmer. It does not feel cold at all. And it's -13. On the steeps of Mongolia, on the back of a polo pony, well, Mongolian pony, doesn't really know how to play polo, this thing. Sam McCardle, if you're watching this, you know I can't ride and you know I can't bloody well play polo. Not sure how this is going to work. Steeps of Mongolia, beautiful blue sky, white snow on the back of a Mongolian steep pony. How are you spending your Sunday? Back of a horse, Mongolian hills. Autumn leading into winter, minus, I don't know, 10, something like that. Whole bunch of people, whole bunch of horses. Not bad fun. Okay, it's another one of these strange Mongolian weekends. Strange in that you do strange things. Now, Siberia, Irkutsk, is an hour-and-a-half's flight north of Mongolia. So where did I come for a weekend? I came to Siberia to go snowmobiling. And it reminds me of that song, Jukebox in Siberia. If you don't believe me, listen now. I'm on a snowmobile in Siberia. Ah, it's wonderful. How's your Sunday? I've got to tell you, zooming on a snowmobile, this minus whatever wind that's blowing on your face makes the cheeks feel numb and red. But take a look at the scenery we're in. Oh.
All the Russians wanna rock, drop the rubles in the slot. That jukebox in Siberia, jukebox in Siberia.
Never in my life did I think I'd come to Siberia. Unless I did something wrong in Moscow and got arrested and sent off to a salt mine. Wilds of Siberia with a couple of friends and some snowmobiles on a Sunday when most people do their laundry.
In for free. There's a red star on the door, and you can hear the sounds of balalaikas ringing out. The Beatles singing, twist and shout. I love the West, I love their bear. I'm so glad let's go.
You know you've been living in Mongolia too long when you come to Siberia in winter and it's slightly snowing, and you think it's mild because it's only -10. It's early morning. Windswept, lightly snowing on a lake in Siberia in winter. What do you do? I'm going scuba diving. Siberia. This is the dive room. This is Alexi. Say hi, Alexi.
Hi.
Alexi's
Welcome to Baikal.
Yeah, we're in Baikal.Alexi's the dive guide.
So you're coming with me?
Everywhere.
Okay.
Every time. Sorry.
Nice.
Sorry, every time my English is not good.
Which is okay because underwater it's very hard to speak Russian. Yeah. No. Underwater it's not spasiba. Underwater it's and then if he says something, the answer underwater is
Okay. This is the equipment.
Yeah.
That's of the mask. Take it. And
Yeah, take your glasses. Right, take your glasses. I'm crazy about diving in Siberia in a lake. There is something more crazy about diving in a dry suit, because anyone who knows anything about diving, dry suits are actually hard. It's even more crazy when someone has never dived before and asks, do you wear your spectacles underwater and do you breathe out through your nose? Crazy Olivia just before she dies. Okay, she's going to die easily.
Gonna put the world away for a minute, pretend I don't live in it. Sunshine gonna wash my blues away. Had sweet love but I lost it. She got too close so I fought it. Now I'm lost in the world trying to find me a better way. Wishing I was deep in the water somewhere. Got the blue sky breeze and it don't seem fair. Only worry in the world is the tide gonna reach my chair. Sunrise, there's a fire in the sky. Never been so happy, never felt so high. And I think I might have found me my own kind of paradise.
Wrote a note, said be back in a minute. Bought a boat and I sailed off in it. Don't think anybody's gonna miss me anyway. Mind on a permanent vacation. The ocean is my only medication. Wishing my condition ain't ever gonna go away.
Months ago, I got all excited when it was a little under 0 degrees and I was walking to work and it was cold. This morning, it's a nice mild -32. So the fur-lined knee-length boots are coming on for the walk to work, which is about 10 minutes, and at -32 I'm extremely concerned. Some people who are tempted to say -30 couldn't be too bad, well, to those geniuses I'd say go out and experience -30 and then try and tell me that. I've been walking outside for 2 minutes. Back on my throat is already sore. I can start to feel my eyelashes beginning to just freeze a little. And the snow is so dry that it doesn't form into snowballs, let alone snowmen, because there's no moisture in it to stick together. And as the Mongolians remind me, now this is about the 10th of December, it's only the beginning of winter. Wait until January, they say. G'day, it's evening. It's about -35. I'm walking home from work, and I have to say, I have recently been looking back at some of that earlier film and thinking, how naive was I to get all excited about blowing condensation out of my mouth when it was -5 or -10, and laughing that the Mongolians would say it will get colder. Well, it's got colder. It's now second week of January, and according to the temperature averages, we are but a handful of days from the likely coldest point. And what does it feel like to walk home in this sort of cold? Well, I'll tell you this, it doesn't feel cold. It only feels pain. It's to a degree of cold that you no longer feel it, you just hurt. And from around about next week onwards, it gets better. It gets warmer. And you'll know when you are leaving winter, when you no longer feel pain, and again can rejoice in feeling cold. That's what the world's coldest capital city, Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia, is like. So that was 6 months in Mongolia. Beautiful country, and the real shame for me is, well, Rio Tinto has written off $14 billion of assets recently. It's also decided it wants to take $5 billion of operating costs out of the business. So my division's going to go. I'm now on gardening leave. See ya. Ooh.